coming up on the Charge on Air. How President Trump's federal aid freeze sent some students into a panic.
Students and faculty share their worries about an executive order that could challenge birthright citizenship.
And how the scaling back of NASA's DEI initiatives could keep some students' careers from launching.
And in sports, the men's tennis team makes history with a record-breaking win.
The Charge on Air starts now. Good. And welcome to the Charge on Air. I'm Raine Kennan.
And I'm Emily Ching. Today's Friday, January 31st, 2025.
This week, following the Trump administration's freeze on all federal spending for grants and loans, some college students say they were sent into a panic. The White House made an attempt to clarify the vague message on Wednesday, but not before the order was blocked by a federal judge. The judge's order expires on February 3rd, and the U.S. Department of Education says federal student loans and Pell Grants will not be a part of the pause. Sebastian Garcia is a UCF sophomore studying computer science. He says he was shocked when he first heard the news.
Personally, I'm part of a family that relies heavily on federal aid and such because of our low income. And knowing that in the matter of 12 hours, 24 hours, it could have just been gone like that if nobody froze it, it was a scary thought.
Despite the confusion, administration officials say the pause was necessary to review whether or not the spending aligned with Trump's executive orders.
President Trump recently signed an executive order to end birthright citizenship. Charge on Air reporter Ruby Merced shows us how students feel about the order.
Good. Born or naturalized in the U.S.
Following President Trump's birthright policy, some students at UCF say they are concerned about how it will affect their future. A Seattle federal judge has temporarily blocked it for 14 days, and several states oppose it, claiming it violates the 14th Amendment, which grants citizenship to anyone born in the U.S. A biomedical science major and U.S.-born child of Haitian parents who wishes to remain anonymous. She says how birthright citizenship changed her family's future.
Because there's a shortage right now in the medical field, especially for nurses. So right now, of course, I'm working hard so I can become a doctor or PA. And then I can help, others around me in the hospital or urgent care.
Several UCF students whose parents went through similar circumstances are fortunate, as President Trump's stricter immigration policy could affect asylum seekers. And if the Congress accepts President Trump's new birthright executive order, babies born on U.S. soil could be denied automatic citizenship.
If upheld, it could impact thousands of newborn children, limiting their access to things like federal programs. Esteban Ramirez, majoring in computer science, says he fears Trump's birthright executive order is adding unnecessary stress to families going through the legal process to become citizens. It seems to me that it is the correct solution because, to begin with, it is against the Constitution. And if we don't respect the Constitution, how do we guarantee that we are going to respect any of the other laws? Next steps after the Seattle judge block may include appeals, revisions, legal challenges, legislative action, and public responses. In Orlando, Ruby Merced, the Charge on Air.
For more information about how this could be affecting you, visit whitehouse.gov.
Following other federal agencies, NASA's putting an end to their diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. Charge on Air reporter Kayla Kissel shows us how this could impact UCF as a leading space university.
2, 1, ignition.
NASA is known for breaking barriers, but now it's raising some. Under the Trump administration, federal agencies, including NASA, are scrapping its diversity, equity, and inclusion initiatives. According to UCF enrollment data from December 2024, about 51% of students are minorities, and nearly 30% of Kennedy Space Center employees are graduates from UCF. Dr. Amy Foster is a history professor with a specialization in space at UCF. She says that removing DEI initiatives is a disservice to students.
To be able to hear other voices is important, and I think we will be losing out on that ingenuity and thoughtfulness by restricting potentially who gets hired.
That's Gene Cernan. He was the last American on the moon.
NASA aims to shoot for the stars, but after the most recent DEI initiative setbacks, students at UCF are saying they're worried their own careers might struggle to launch. It's like being strapped to the side of a rocket and the countdown stops at 3, wondering whether or not your goals will truly take flight.
I reached out to NASA, who responded in a statement saying it wouldn't be appropriate to speculate on any specific changes and that the Kennedy Space Center remains committed to launching humanity's future. However, according to a 2023 NASA report, the agency explicitly states that it has made little progress in improving workforce diversity over the past decade, with a 2021 NASA report showing nearly 70% of employees are white. The agency only implemented DEI efforts in 2022, and there's no known data that determines how much improvement was actually made. Tyler Russell is a project coordinator for UCF's Knights Satellite Club. He says he was shocked by the decision to remove DEI initiatives.
The opportunity for being able to work for those big government companies, that just slowly being taken away from me, and now it's going to be even harder for me and other people trying to get positions for those jobs.
If space is limitless, why limit who explores it? That's why Dr. Foster says that despite this DEI setback, students need to keep pushing forward.
Just don't quit. This is a bump in the road. It's an uncomfortable bump in the road, but this too shall pass. So that's part of the whole mission of exploration, is about looking to the future. And the future is our students. And so NASA will always look to them when stepping forward.
In Orlando, Kayla Kissel, The Charge on Air.
As of now, DEI initiative information has been officially removed from NASA's website. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? It's getting hot in here.
And you know the weather's gonna be great for La Sanse, the Puerto Rican festival that happens every year in downtown Orlando.
I can't wait. I can smell the food already.
Ooh, that sounds so good.
Raine, I don't know about you, but I can already taste the food. It's gonna be exciting. And well, you're not wrong. It is a bit warmer than usual today. As we're looking at our current conditions, we have a temperature that is a high of 79, humidity in classic Florida style at 80%. Winds are going to be coming from the south and southwest at 10 miles per hour. And a great thing about today is that it is a 0% chance of rain. Guys, we are definitely in line for some beautiful weather today.
Coming up, Sister Cindy returned to UCF, but this time around, her preachings are sparking some controversy.
Plus, the avian flu is on the rise.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Every on-screen moment is a whole team of engineers and technologists.
And you can be a part of such a team through SIMTI at UCF. You'll join a team of students just like you who are ready to innovate the future of TV and film.
With SIMTI at UCF, you'll be able to connect with local industry pros, learn about new technology in the industry, as well as get backstage experience that really matters. Join SIMTI for a backstage pass to all of this.
We meet every last Monday of the month for our general body meetings. There, we discuss how new technology is being used to create new media, and we get to highlight local professionals and their specialties.
On top of that, we have some site visits planned, so tune into our social media to be notified of when those will happen.
So if you're ready to pull back the curtain and find out what really happens behind the scenes, join SIMTI at UCF.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Soccer is fun. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait,
They just told me to go. Viral social media preacher Sister Cindy has just completed her 3-day stint at UCF. Cindy, known for her conservative views towards sexual morality and gender roles, visited UCF in the past, with this most recent tour targeting at young women. While the social media celebrity is known to draw crowds at her gatherings, most students are there just for the entertainment. But for religious students, like Josh Ibidlit, he thinks her preachings are rather unusual.
Celebrity? Kind of crazy. But, I can't judge. I definitely can't judge. Maybe she has good intentions. It's certainly an interesting way to evangelize. I'll tell you that.
Sister Cindy is continuing to spread her message on college campuses, with University of South Florida up next on the list.
This week, UCF's Wellness and Health Promotion Services hosted a tabling event for free HIV testing. In addition to testing, they were handing out wellness bags, t-shirts, and informational cards. The testing only takes about 15 minutes and is open to all UCF students with valid ID. Plus, there's no need to schedule an appointment. Extra staff is there on board to take in every walk-in. If you missed this one, their next event is on April 2nd.
This week, Trump's administration instructed organizations in other countries to pause the distribution of HIV medications purchased with U.S. aid. This is part of a broader global freeze on foreign aid, which was initiated last week. Impacts around the world include a South African HIV clinic that has now closed its doors. Here in Orlando, some students on campus say they are worried about the implications this can have on the future of global health. Hope Hayes is a student member of the Florida College Democrats, and she says she disagrees with the movement made by Trump's administration.
They do help people. They wouldn't be giving this to us if it was harming us more than it was helping us. So I just feel like this would be a very bad idea on Trump's end.
The White House has since reversed this memo as of Wednesday evening.
Rising egg prices and shortages are impacting shoppers nationwide. Charge on Air reporter Manuela Salinas looks into what's causing the spike.
If you've been shopping for eggs recently, you probably noticed that prices are through the roof, and sometimes eggs are even hard to find. Well, this is happening because of the avian flu. The U.S. Department of Agriculture says that the avian flu has killed between 12 to 14 million egg-laying hens this January.
Avian flu is a virus that affects fowl. I know that it's spread. It can be spread through bodily fluids, saliva with the birds. Most of the time it's spread through droppings from bird to bird. It's something that wild birds carry and can infect commercial flocks or backyard flocks like the one that I've got.
With fewer eggs available because of this, prices have surged by nearly 37% compared to last year, according to the Consumer Price Index. Some estimates indicate the average price of a dozen large eggs could reach nearly $5 by the end of 2025, which will be the highest ever recorded price.
As the chickens wander around, local farmers are working very hard to meet the demand, but with millions of birds affected across the country, it's clear we'd put too many eggs in one basket. So for now, both farmers and shoppers are left waiting, hoping things will get better soon.
For biomedical student Sebastian Chemas, eggs are a staple in his Colombian dish of eggs with rice. But the rising prices are making this simple meal harder to afford.
And a very good and healthy meal that I eat is just 2 scrambled eggs with a lot of rice. And that's something that I think I'm going to have to start changing, just because I don't have enough eggs to keep eating 2 in the morning and 2 at night, especially with the rising prices.
Experts suggest buying eggs in bulk and shopping around to help keep your grocery bill lower. In Orlando, Manuela Salinas, The Charge on Air.
To learn more about the avian flu impact and egg prices, you can visit usda.gov.
Following up with more on availability, we take a look at the RWC at Knights Plaza. The RWC is a staple of the university, offering students a chance to de-stress and recharge. But did you know this big building used to have a little sibling? The RWC at Knights Plaza opened on January 26, 2013. Nearly 10 years later, its doors were closed due to university budget cuts. And now we're seeing those budget cuts in effect. Construction has started and consists of the removal of outdoor signage and repainting the walls. Our team reached out to the RWC for comment on when the construction will come to an end, but we've yet to hear back.
University Boulevard is a major walkway for students heading to campus from their apartments. Charge on Air reporter Andrew Sugdeo takes us through the final stages of a project designed to keep pedestrians safe.
This project is meant to improve the safety of pedestrians walking across roads near campus. It's a group effort among Orange County government, the Florida Department of Transportation, and UCF. Kathy Evangelio is a senior engineer in the Orange County Public Works Department. She says the study they did helped find the right methods to make the area safe.
And we did a study which came up with a whole bunch of different aspects of pedestrian safety that we could try. It was the first pedestrian safety study. Most of our projects are new roads, widening of roads, bridges. So we had a whole bunch of items that we came up with, and we decided which would work best for that spot. And that's what.
Pedestrian safety project is 95% complete as of January 2025. This project began in 2019 after a student was hit by an intoxicated driver. The county has started to invest a ton of money into making sure students and residents are safe as they walk across University Boulevard to commute to campus.
The overhaul includes fencing along the sidewalks, pedestrian level lighting, wider sidewalks, and 2 dedicated mid-block crosswalks. These changes aren't only for students and residents. People like Alexander Monroe are visiting near campus from another state. When asked about his experience crossing the intersection, he says, "It seems like the project is giving him the illusion of safety."
I think so. I mean, it gives a barrier, even if it's superficial, to where you just feel a little less exposed.
As the pedestrian safety project nears completion, only time will tell how much safer this keeps the local community. In Orlando, Andrew Sugdeo, The Charge on Air.
As of now, there's no set date for the end of this project.
Well, it's time to put away your coats and put on your t-shirts for the warmer weekend ahead.
Plus, we spotlight a UCF men's tennis freshman that keeps serving up wins.
We'll be right back.
We said we'd never give in to a meltdown.
Okay.
And we'd never babysit with a screen. We said we'd never let the toys take over.
Mariella!
Never leave the house looking, well, and never let them out of our sight. Skylar, come here. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock.
With this warmer weather on the horizon, let's check in with student meteorologist Bailey Braun from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University for a look ahead forward at the national forecast.
All across the East Coast, we're seeing lots of green. Now, green indicates rain, and especially this darker color of green, that's about 2 inches of rain, and this lighter surrounding green is about 1 inch. So, though it doesn't sound like a lot, it could accumulate to become a lot of rain at once, which, of course, is a perfect recipe for flash flooding. So, be sure to keep an eye out on your notifications if you're in that area. But as we move toward the West Coast, we see an abundance of colors all around. Now, orange is a mixture of precipitation, blue and purple are snow, and green, of course, is rain. So if you're in the areas of Oregon, even Washington and Canada, you're going to be seeing a lot of rain and a lot of snow. Now, if you're in the north of Washington state, you're going to see all this purple here, which is snow and an abundance of snow as well. So you might get an extra day to go skiing or snowboarding, but if you're in the local area of Florida, UCF has you covered for more.
Thanks, Bailey.
Now let's check in with our weather anchor, Nolan Bottomley, for a look at today's weather.
And you guys are absolutely right. It is getting much warmer here in the Florida area. We should be ditching those coats. And as we can see here, we have a high of 75 in Gainesville, 76 over at Palm Coast. In my honest opinion, it is great weather to go to the beach. Just make sure we're staking down our umbrellas. It might get a little windy out there on the coast. Looking over at Leesburg, we have a high of 76. And right here in the heart of Central Florida, downtown Orlando, we have a high of 79. High of 78 in Winter Haven, perfect weather for going to Legoland, or, which I also just found out, Peppa Pig Land is also in Winter Haven, right next to it. And over to the West Coast, we have Tampa with a high of 76, and we're gonna jump back over to the East Coast with Melbourne at a high of 77. There is a reason I'm wearing a blue tie, everybody. Blue tie for blue skies for the most part. If we could get a look at our 5-day forecast. With this weather, as we can see here, with our 5-day forecast in all of its glory, it is slotted to be a beautiful week here in the Sunshine State. Starting off with Saturday tomorrow, we have a high of 74, a low of 59. Partly cloudy, Sunday, high of 79, low of 59. Everybody, these lows, you might want to notice, it is a little chilly, so maybe bring a light jacket, something we can ditch as the day progresses and that sun gets higher in the sky. Looking over to Tuesday, it's going to start to get real warmer at a high of 82, low of 64. Tuesday, high of 82, low of 64 as well. And we're going to finish this up with Wednesday, a high of 80, low of 63. And if you're noticing a trend here, everybody, we have 0% chance of rain, and it is going to be a beautiful week in the future with lots of opportunity to go to the theme park, to the beach, and it is just going to be a great day for weather here in Central Florida. And that's all I've got for now. Back to you two at the desk.
Thanks, Nolan. Coming up in sports, the UCF men's tennis team continues to rack up their team history.
Plus, a spotlight is on UCF freshman Nicholas Oliveira as he keeps charging the tennis team to victory.
We'll be right back.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Go to that.
I don't remember how.
But I've got to shoot how crazy it is at UCF right now.
Hello Knights, my name is Zion Joyner, your sports anchor for today, and I'm here to give you the latest update for UCF sports. Let's take a dive into the latest news. The men's tennis team is in full swing. They returned from the ITA kickoff with the highest ranked win in program history. UCF was one of 4 teams that took part in the tournament. They are currently undefeated on a winning streak. Also, the women's tennis team came home with a winner, ranking 20th by the International Tennis Association. In the basketball, the ladies host Houston tomorrow at noon, just before the men's game. Over in Alabama, 3 seniors have entered the Senior Bowl, an event used to recognize the hard work of these students. One of those students is well-known running back Mr. R.J. Harvey, who earned the All Big 12 honors in 2024. Lastly, the NFL is offering discounted tickets to UCF students for the 2025 Pro Bowl on Sunday at Camping World Stadium. To get yours, visit ucf.knights on Instagram and click the link in their bio. That's all the time we have for sports. Once again, I'm Zion Joyner, your sports anchor. Now, tossing it back to Emily and Raine at the desk.
That's all our time for right now. Thanks for joining us. And remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website, thechargednews.com.
You can also stay updated on UCF news by following us on Instagram at The Charged News. Thanks for watching and have a good day.